I feel like this period, this sense of realization has come through for the past few months. And you are embodying this card here with the moon in the reverse. It's basically news coming to light, all the information being revealed. Whatever that has been kept from you, I feel that it's being brought to light so that you can re-examine it in its full, in realistic focus is also, the words that I'm hearing. So I feel like if in the past you might have been very hopeful, optimistic, and also a little bit idealistic about a specific new venture, I feel that the reality of it is settling in. It doesn't mean it can't work. It just means that we're going to have to, roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty a little bit. And this might not be something that you anticipated, but I feel that it's going to be necessary for the month of March in order for these readjustments to take place. Okay. Let me talk about your financial situation as it links up with your work, also with your career. First of all, what I'm seeing is a lot of you are going through the monotonous work environment, the 9 to 5, the routine. It's like every day is the same, just different problems, different people. But I feel like every day is the same. So there's this sense of stability, but at the same time, it just feels like routine. It just feels like every day is the same repeat. Okay. And I'm feeling that you're looking for a little bit more change. And I also feel in your present work environment, many of you are feeling almost as if you're not able to affect any change. It's almost as if the things that you say, people are not heeding your warning. People are not appreciating you for what you have to offer. And you feel as if your skills, the things that you're really proud of about yourself, your skills, being very patient, being very diligent, being very hardworking, you feel almost as if it's not appreciated by, your supervisor, by your coworkers. It's almost as if you might not also grasp a specific procedure, a specific concept in the work environment. And I feel like it's affecting your ability to do your job well. There might have also been many of you in a new position, so in a position of authority. So you might have recently gotten into a new position or a new pay increase. And with the pay increase, they are expecting you, rather than just giving you a pay increase because you worked hard and you deserved it. I feel like your responsibilities are growing as a result of, the pay increase. And that doesn't seem to me like it's fair, but I feel like you are always welcoming the challenges that are coming through, like, new opportunities, new responsibilities. But I feel that it is also taking its toll on you because I'm sensing that you don't have the authority to override some of your higher ups decisions. And as a result, you're doing some type of cleaning up after them. You're doing some type of revision of portfolios, revision of work procedures, revision of problems that have come through. And you're doing, the damage control. You're doing like the unraveling to see how you can fix things. So it seems as if other people have put you in a position where you have to, clean up something that happened before you came onto the job environment. And it can be a little bit frustrating. I feel that it is. It's almost like you have to play, follow up. You might not know how the situation got to where it was, or how it got to where it is right now, or what happened in the past. And I feel that in the process of unraveling, all these pieces and seeing out how, everything transpired, you have to, contact other people. You have to get their version of the story. And a lot of the times the versions of the story conflict. And so you have to, get at the truth. And I feel that it's taking an emotional toll on you because you're just like, I just want to do my job. I just want to, start clean. This is supposed to be a new job. It's supposed to be brand new, but I'm dealing with old issues that this work environment never dealt with properly. So I feel like you might have gotten into a position where somebody quit abruptly or somebody was like weaned out of that work environment very abruptly. And you're dealing with, the aftermath of it, the cleanup, the rebuilding, the reconstructing. So I feel like that's what's happening here. It's like whoever that was in that position before you, they didn't do a great job. And so you have to go in and fix it. And you not only have to fix it, you have to explain to people why that other person did it that way before. And you have your, speculations, right? You have your professional expertise. But at the same time, it seems almost as if I feel some of you are thinking, why did they do that? Why did they do it that way? There's a better way to do this. So I feel like your problem solving skills are going to be in high demand. But I feel like a lot of people will come to you for your problem solving skills. And it is learn to say no, first of all. And it's also going to be, it's almost as if you're going to have a very heavy workload. Okay. And I'm seeing some of you too waiting on opportunities for new work. And I feel like it has been a few months. You are a little bit stressed out. Okay. So for those of you who are dealing with that, hang on just a little bit further. Okay. Or at least honestly expand outside of your geographical location, because I feel like that is what's needed. Okay. So I'm seeing like, extreme ends of the spectrum. One person getting a new job and having to do some cleanup. And then the other people might be looking for work. So in between jobs, looking for work. But I feel that most of you are coming into this month fully employed, but reassessing and readjusting your objectives in a work environment. I'm sensing as well, some of you might be in a work contract, and that's what I mentioned earlier too. A work contract that might have been signed in January, and it's going to continue for like a year or 2 years. And you get to this new work environment very starry-eyed, optimistic, very hopeful. And you might have to spend the month of March doing cleanup because whatever needed to be done was not done by the previous person. So I feel like you're just frustrated, okay? You're frustrated that you're not able to move ahead with your own responsibilities and to start things over that you can call your own. I'm seeing for some of you, there might be some large contracts that you're trying to land. And I feel like you might be working on a commission basis and you're trying to land this big, major portfolio, major contract. I feel like out of obligation, the person might go with a different contractor altogether. So out of just, loyalty ties, even though they know that you and your company might be the best person for the job, I do sense that out of, loyalty ties, they might go with another company. And especially if you're with a smaller company, I feel like they're going with the more reputable, with the company with a bigger reputation. So that's another point of contention here in the work environment. In terms of your overall career track, I feel like you're in a situation right now where you feel like there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of bureaucratic restrictions. There's also a lot of like constant follow-up, and you don't have the freedom to creatively do the projects the way that you want. There might be a lot of restrictions. There might be monetary, budgetary restrictions where, the money might not be there for you to implement it the way that you believe is the best possible way to give it the best outcome. So I'm seeing a lot of restrictions here with the Devil card. And this basically indicates a situation that is kind of unhealthy. Money is being squandered, or money is not being invested in a smart manner. And so in the face of all of these obstacles that are imposed from the top down, from the chain of command, I feel that you feel powerless, like you're not able to change the environment for the better, even though your professional expertise, you have accumulated a lot of experience. People are just like not listening when you present your case, or when you make a statement about what we should do as a unit. It seems almost as if it's falling on deaf ears. And so the way you're communicating, I don't feel there's anything wrong with that. It's just there are a lot of restrictions. It could be because of, loyalty ties. It could be because of office politics. It could be because of bureaucratic procedures or monetary restrictions. And that's why projects are not being pushed along in the way that you'd hope. And so if you are, contractually obligated to them, you're just a little bit frustrated right now. I feel this energy is going to get better. I feel the energy dissipating. It's going to get, it's going to be okay further down the line. Just for this month, be very, very patient with those around you. And if you encounter a roadblock in a specific, avenue, take a detour, go back to it at a later time. Okay. Just go, take a detour, work on something else rather than just pushing ahead, because I feel like you're encountering a lot of blockages here. So they're telling you to slow down a little bit, take a breather, and don't push for a specific agenda, because I feel like there's a lot of opposition. Okay. I'm feeling that by the end of June, I feel that things are going to get a little bit better. Okay. For some of you, I'm seeing like job offers the end of June. And I'm also feeling as well that this is a situation, it might be a little bit emotionally taxing for this month, in the month of March, but I feel it's going to get better. I'm seeing as well a lot of stressful energy for others of you, small minority, okay, in the work environment. And I feel like this has been kind of a problematic work environment where you know the best procedures and you're able to, show through experimentation, through your results, that this is the best way to do something. But the people higher up, they're fixed in their ways and they're not listening. Okay. So you might be in a, I'm seeing like teachers. I'm seeing a lot of teachers here. I'm seeing a lot of, I'm seeing like a lot of corporate managers and supervisors. And I'm also seeing a lot of people who might be in the public sector, government officials, civil servants, for example. And funding is limited and you're frustrated because you can't get the things that you need in order to do your projects. And I'm also seeing like, for example, if you are a teacher and you have a creative way to do some type of, to improve the teaching environment, I feel like people are so entrenched in their own sense of like, what has been tried and true, that they're not really experimenting. And so you might not get the proper support that you're getting in your environment in order to move ahead with projects. So I'm seeing a frustration. Okay. And just for those who are unemployed too, I do sense like frustration coming through when it comes to, lack of opportunities that are made available to you. So you might have applied for a lot of work and waiting on outcomes, waiting on callbacks, waiting on interviews too. So that's one of the overwhelming energies that I'm sensing. I do hope it clears for you guys. Okay. I know it's frustrating and I do hope that it does clear up for you guys. Going back into the home environment, I feel as well, this is another thing related to work. I feel like you have to commute quite a ways to get to where you are working. So that's another, it's eating up your free time. And it's also, you might be stuck in traffic, stop, go traffic. And I'm sensing as well that many of you are in an environment, in a housing environment where you want to move to a better location. You want to move to a better apartment, a better house, and the like. And I feel like money might be a little bit tight right now that won't allow you to do that. So I feel like that's going to clear up. And, the end of June being a really big time where I feel this energy might just dissipate altogether and new opportunities will be coming through. Okay, so a little bit of frustration on the home as well. And, when we get home from work, we want our home to be our haven, but it seems almost as if there might be noise pollution. There might be light pollution as well, where you're not getting adequate sleep. So I would just advise you, don't carry this work energy home with you. And don't take out the frustration, especially in the home environment. Find healthy ways to vent, find healthy outlets for the frustration. So don't let it build up, okay? And I do sense as well, whatever you're dealing with, family, the family, especially siblings, and especially those of you who have siblings that are significantly older than you, I feel that they're going to provide you with some really valuable insights as to how you can alleviate or even handle the energy surrounding your work environment if that's what you're dealing with, okay? So there's a lot of good insights, healing, a proper sense of direction as well coming through from siblings, coming through, not so much, I'm not seeing like mother or father, but I'm seeing, siblings, people that might be serving as a mentor to you. If you have siblings that are significantly older too, I feel like they can give you some very solid advice. In terms of your family environment, I feel like somebody's moving out, somebody's moving in. So if you live, let's just say if you live with a relationship partner, right? And you're also subleasing another, the room in the apartment, or in the duplex, or in the condominium, or in the house, I feel like people are moving in and moving out. And so you're going to have to put up listing here to get additional roommates. And likewise, if you are a little bit older with children, I feel that they're going to be leaving the nest. And there's a little bit of, like if they're going off for college, for example, or if they're going off for work permanently, I do sense that you're going to be missing, that sense of family, that sense of even community, I feel. So there's a little bit of ebb and flow when it comes to your housing environment as well. And I do feel people moving out, people moving in. Just ride through this month. I feel that these energies will lift. And you're getting a lot of support here coming through from, family members, siblings, okay? And also your friendship house is really strong. I feel that whatever situation you're in where you are just getting a lot of just working, you're having trouble processing your feelings, or you're having trouble processing things you're having trouble understanding why. I feel that talking to your friends, they're going to give you some insights too. And I do sense as well, they're going to provide you with, some clear, objective truths that might be a little bit hard to swallow, but I feel that it's going to reveal a lot, possibly a different point of view that you hadn't considered. So I feel like you have some insights trying to come through here, okay, via other people to help you navigate some things that just boggles your mind. So I feel that's what's coming in here. It might come through like towards the end of the month though. So just sit tight with this work environment, okay? Things will alleviate. It's just the trial and tribulations of, starting new work, and the trials of tribulations of having to deal with other people. So I feel that you might need to just, hang in tight, okay? Hang in there. It's going to get better, okay, Taurus? In terms of the relationship sector, what we have here is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is reassessing whether or not a relationship is still feasible, is viable, and sustainable. I feel like many of you are in a relationship right now with a person that you might have dated for a few months. So you might have, started dating each other, you really like each other, and you might have decided, okay, let's date each other exclusively. So that's what I'm sensing for many of you. And you're reassessing to see if the situation is viable. You're reassessing to see it's not good or bad, and it doesn't show me a specific direction where this is going, but I feel that you're taking stock. You're taking everything into account. You're taking this person's personality into account, how they act, how they behave, how they deal with stress, how they deal with, just life. And you're trying to see if you both are compatible. You're trying to see what are the, probability of us going the long haul. So I feel like you have somebody in your life that you really like, and you are trying to, figure out whether or not this is somebody that you can see yourself with long term. So once again, it is a very neutral energy with the Seven of Pentacles, but I feel like, the number 7 is a very spiritual number. So I feel that there is a spiritual connection between you and another person. You might be very different, but even then there's still this common thread of like having a very strong emotional connection with another person. For others of you in business partnerships, you and another person working together, via business contract, business partnerships. I'm sensing as well, you're doing the same thing. So you're trying to figure out if you have signed a contract with them, you're kind of like obligated to them. And I feel like that's what's happening here. You're reassessing and you're reassessing whether or not, all the money that's coming in, whether or not the profits are being divided fairly between you and the partner. And you're trying to reassess whether or not it's financially wise for you to continue in this business partnership and pursue this business venture, or whether or not it's a wiser idea for you to go back to the regular 9 to 5 and continue with your work. So I feel like that's what's happening. Major reassessments are happening in the month of March for a lot of you. Going back to the family situation, okay, we have here the Chariot in the reverse and the Devil. I feel like for some of you,